This clip of the Texas Bucket List is brought to you by Spirit of Texas Bank, Slovacek Sausage, Germania Insurance, We Rent It, and RV Source. Howdy, and welcome to the Texas Bucket List, the show dedicated to everything there is to see, do, and experience right here in the Lone Star State. My name is Shane McAuliffe, and this week we start things off with a bang, literally. You see, down in Uvalde, we found a big ranch with big game and big toys. So we boogied on over to a stop that blew our mind. On the northwest corner of Uvalde County, you'll find 18,000 acres of serene Texas scenery at the Ox Ranch. This sprawling Lone Star State spread is home to an exotic game ranch and happens to have some fascinating full-time residents that'll be happy to take any carrots you might have off your hand. But the biggest surprise here is housed in a metal building with some historic heavy equipment. Howdy, how you doing? I'm Shane.
Hey Shane, I'm Spencer, Drive Tanks. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What do you guys have here? It's a ton of tanks.
This is what we call the tank barn, man.
Dedicated to the greatest generation that ever lived, DriveTanks.com offers a very unique experience that is well worth a stop on any bucket list. So who gets to drive these things?
Well, that's what's really unique. We reserve that right for our clients. They actually get to drive and shoot these tanks.
So I can drive one of these?
Yes, you can.
Which one?
I think that's going to be a surprise.
Oh, I like surprises.
We kind of joke around, call us a living museum because you bring this place back to life.
Todd DiGidio came up with this explosive idea, allowing people to drive, operate, and even shoot some of the most iconic military weapons. And yes, that includes tanks.
People want to see history. They want to see and feel and live the past.
Todd served as a Green Beret back in the 80s, and his team of veterans helped run this operation with some serious firepower.
So this right here is our crown jewel. This is an authentic Sherman E8 tank. It's a late war variant of the Sherman. It has a crew of 5, as well as a 76 millimeter main gun, which you'll be shooting.
The Sherman was the first one and still our premier tank.
Before getting to the big guns, we got a chance to browse the selection of sizable sidearms.
It's not just limited to tanks. Customers are able to purchase anti-tank gun rounds, machine gun rounds, mortars, flamethrowers. You got it all here.
Do people sit here for like an hour going like,
oh yeah, no doubt. We have people constantly just sitting here and I'm like, you can touch them. It's kind of different. Usually you're in a museum and you're like,
yeah.
If I cross the red tape, will they kick me out? No, here we want you to actually grab it, lift it off the wall, feel it, feel what it feels like, and imagine yourself shooting it.
We went with the M9, Vietnam-era flamethrower.
You're gonna hear a little pinging. It's okay, there's no problem with that.
Okay, good.
But if you see me run, drop and run.
Drop and run. Okay. It was time to make the Texas heat even hotter.
Nobody has ever survived a frontal attack from a flamethrower.
No. After fanning the flames, we set our sights on the Sherman. Time to tear up some Texas terrain. As you drive through the tank courts, the thrill of commanding 31 tons of American-made military might is immeasurable.
We have military people come and say, now this is on my bucket list because I never could do that in the military. So it's a very small percentage that even get to do that in the military.
Dodging explosions and turret gunners takes this experience to the next level. You can't help but to think of the young men who didn't do this for fun, but to protect our freedom.
When you sit in one of these things and hear the engine running and realize There was somebody that was in here defending our country, and this was their only means of survival, and this is how they had to survive and live and fight. It brings a whole new level of meaning to what these pieces of equipment are.
Congrats on your first Sherman drive.
I appreciate it. That was an amazing experience. Oh my gosh, he really gives you respect for those guys who did this for months.
I lived in these things. It was just amazing. And you can see it's not difficult to drive, but it is hard to drive. Gives you a whole new perspective of what those drivers had to do to operate these in combat.
Truly. Well, that was an incredible experience. But we're not done.
No.
What's next?
Well, we're going to go up top and shoot the 2 machine guns, the 30 cal, 50 cal, and then for the finale, the 76 millimeter main gun.
God bless Texas.
That's what we say every day.
After emptying some rounds on the tank's guns, including the 50 cal, Todd gave us the lowdown on the tank's biggest boom.
We have a live 76 millimeter round here.
Wow.
15-pound projectile, actual Sherman case. I just take a feel, see what we're about to shoot.
Oh my gosh, it's heavier than my firstborn.
It is, it is. We're gonna send this round downrange, 15-pound projectile, about 2,500 feet per second.
Wow. After lining up the shot, it was time to pull the trigger. Fire in the hole.
Did you feel it?
Woo!
You get that concussion hit you?
Yes!
We get the hunters over there and ask the guides, what in the world was that?
There's no doubt our armed forces are the greatest in the world, and we appreciate their incredible service and sacrifice to our country. This experience adds to that appreciation.
We want to teach people the importance of the history of the Second World War, the Cold War, and things like that kind of get left out a lot in these days in schools.
To be able to have them here and bring them to life just as they were in 1945, there's nothing like it.
If you like military history, if you like to drive and shoot big guns, you need to come check us out.